Been thinking a lot lately about why it is that as I got older, I just have very little tolerance for people. I avoid them when I can. And I thought I'd try to figure out why, and I think I kind of have it. So let me know what you think in the comments. So I have good professional relationships for work, and a great relationship with my wife and my children, and I have a close circle of friends who I'd do anything for, and I know they'd do anything for me. That's just the way it is. So I'm not talking about that. What I mean is just people in general are they're just not, I just don't have a relationship with society the way I once did. One of the reasons, the first reason, I think, is that I've seen people when somebody's being attacked or somebody's in trouble, and they can help. Anybody can help, especially when, like in the case of an attack, a person is, the attacker is focused on what he's doing. So it's not much trouble for somebody to walk up and stop that person, but they don't. They pretend it isn't happening. They figure it's somebody else's problem and ignore the problem and just get in their car and drive off, or whatever the case. Or even worse, and this I think is probably the biggest problem, they get out their cell phone and they film the attack so that they can make some money off of it, or maybe go viral on TikTok or whatever the social media platform. And that's just a huge problem. You know, you have a vulnerable person, they need help, you can offer help, but instead you want a few bucks and to provide other people with entertainment. It's just not, it ain't right, guys. It breaks my heart. I guess the second reason would have to be just everybody has an angle. How are you? Everybody has an angle now. So whether it's somebody trying to con you or somebody trying to scam you, you know, even your friends, you know, people that you have relationships with and you're somewhat friendly with, and then it comes out all of a sudden, well, they're an annuity salesman, or they're a financial advisor, or, you know, oh, they're just going through a rough patch and wish they could get a couple $1,000s just to get them through. I'm sorry, this is just not friendship. This is not the way it should be. I'm all for helping somebody if I can. But when a relationship has been exploited just for somebody else's personal gain, that's not right. I gotta tell you, I just don't trust people anymore. I don't trust anybody until they've earned it. And like my wife, as an example, just wants to trust everybody. She just does. It's in her nature. She's a very, very, very strong Christian woman and wants to trust everybody. But you can't anymore. And that breaks my heart. It really does. I want to think that everybody that I come across is a good person, but they're not. I mean, it's just it's not a society I really feel comfortable claiming as my own anymore. And I don't know what's causing it. I don't know if maybe as I've gotten older, I've just become more in tune with everything going on around me, or less tolerant, or whether people have just changed. I mean, I get why people may not want to help. I'm sorry, guys. Things just kind of bug me lately. So, I think we can also blame social media to some extent. We don't have relationships anymore. People don't interface the way they used to. People are tweeting to each other, and they're on Instagram, and they're on TikTok, sharing their lives 30 seconds at a time. And people just don't know how to socialize anymore, and plus they get desensitized to things that they think they can just say now. That's nuts. Another reason for my lack of desire to be around a lot of people is the drama. Constant drama. When I was working in the office still, you have this buzz of noise around. You have maybe 50, 60 people in an office. And you constantly have the buzz of communication, people talking back and forth, people talking on the phone, people on conference calls. And over that, you hear people that are talking very loud about their problems, or people talking very loud, gossiping about somebody. Seriously, is there anything good to be said? Can you just be working? Let's just have a nice, comfortable hum. But that's not the reality anymore. Now, I remember one time I was in the office, and this is really interesting. I guess somebody didn't have any drama they could share. Look at that. Maybe you can see it on the camera. There's a little deer back here by the trail. Hopefully you can see it. Maybe not. I can't anymore. It must have left. Oh, there it goes. What I was saying before, I guess she didn't have enough drama in her life. So she's walking up and down. It was an office built, or just a big office with a cube farm, like everybody in corporate America works in. And she was walking up and down the row, getting more and more agitated as she was talking on her cell phone to Lord knows who. I suspect it was supposed to be her ex-husband or something like that. But she's talking loud. She's getting very, very animated, building up all this drama in her life. And then her cell phone rang. This person wasn't even on a phone call. She was creating drama that didn't exist. I can't imagine wanting to be known for somebody that has that much drama in their life, a person that has these kinds of problems. It's just, I want peace in my life. I suspect most people do. But you're never going to get it by creating drama or sharing your drama with everybody around you, whether they want to hear it or not. And, another story, I had to go with my wife to take her phone to get repaired. We live out in the middle of nowhere. And we had to go to Kansas City to get her phone worked on, because that was the closest repair center, 100 miles. So we dropped off the phone and said, oh, let's just go ahead and go to dinner while we're here in the city. Because out here, it's kind of a culinary nightmare of restaurants. So we So we went to some Mexican restaurant that was right by the cell phone repair place. And it was the same as the office. It was just this, I don't even know how to describe it, this heaviness in the environment. It was bad. We both felt it. My wife just brought it up to me this morning and said, do you remember that time we went to that restaurant when we dropped off my phone to get it worked on? And really, that's kind of what inspired this video. I can't tolerate them anymore. So, once again, is it me? Am I just too intolerant of society now? Or have my expectations been mismanaged as I was coming up? Or has the world changed this much? Is it really as bad as I think it is? Because this is a pretty heavy time for me. You know, I have a senior self-defense channel. Well, it's a family and personal self-defense channel, but I've been focusing mainly on seniors lately. Why should I have to do that? Why should you feel like you need to be protected or to be able to protect yourself? You know, as we get older, we may not be able to do the same physical work that we did, so we're not as useful in that realm. But we have wisdom. We've managed to stay alive for X amount of years. For me, it's going to be 61 years here in a little bit. For many of you, it's a lot more. I get it. And that wisdom should be respected. The things that we've had to go through, the times that we've seen, the problems that we've had, and come out the other side, we have a lot of lessons to give. Yeah, over time, I've grown much more comfortable being with my animals than people. I mean, you know, my dogs would literally give their lives to save me and my family. They don't have any drama. They don't have an angle. They're just very loyal companions. And even our chickens, you know, we have a no-kill farm. We don't kill our chickens. They get to live out their entire life. Way after their egg years are over. We have chickens that are 14 years old. And we really like them. When we go out in the chicken yard, and they'll come up and see us. And, you know, animals, they don't need anything from us, but they give us so much. And people seem to be the opposite. They seem to give us nothing and want everything. So, that's just about all I've got for you today. And I hope you liked this video. Give it a thumbs up. Subscribe and share it to anybody else who may be feeling lonely, like they're the only ones that feel this way, like they might be nuts. Thank you very much. Stay safe.